Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Well, I'm waiting to see who's watching, how many of you guys are watching. It's only been a few seconds. There's some latency. I see that two people are watching, two people are tuned in. Nice to see you guys. Once again, this is Frank Ftdk's Dropping Knowledge coming at you once again with a little bit of a message, a little bit of knowledge. Hoping everyone's having an excellent Friday. Man, it's been a rough week, productive week. Today was a little rough. That's why I was kind of late. The video that I was working on, it just dropped pretty much on YouTube. So, you know, when you guys get a chance, please watch it. That's something that happened yesterday. So please check it out. Frank never let us down. What's up, little white ferret? Okay, I know you won't be in on this one, so hope you feel good. Hope everything's well. Oh, and Frank, make sure the volume's on. I think my volume's on this time. I made sure of it. I made sure that the volume was up. At work listening in, saludos todos. Hey, that's right, Oakland. Everything. Nice to see you. Ms. Yaya just clocked out. Yeah, I just clocked out a little while ago, but I had to get some stuff ready. I put the water in the water dispenser. I did a few things before I got on. But then today I woke up late, so I started working late and everything just kind of backed up, but I was able to get out on time, put out a video, did what I had to do. Hey, what's up, Just Slaughter? Yeah, you're on time, brother. You're on time. It's been just a couple of minutes, exactly 2 minutes. I will be listening in, Frank, and chat. All right, nice to see you, Miss Yaya. You know what's up? Unknown, what's up? What's up, Unknown? Hey, Mr. Oxnard, nice to see you. Nice to see you. That's right. Shout out to ET. Shout out to Ladies of Explosive. Today's we know it's Fernando's birthday, right, man? So hey, shout out to ET, shout out to the Exposed Tube movement, to the platform, to everything that he put down. We'll see what's up. I know that he's out celebrating, so good for him, man. Good for him. It's always good. One day above ground is always good. One day above ground is always a good day. Every day above ground is a good day. Yeah, little white fur was here. I don't think she's gonna be able to join. I'm gonna put the link anyways in case anybody decides they want to jump on it. No obligation, but I do like to put it out there in case people do want to jump on. It's Friday. If you want to get your shout outs, do whatever you want. I was thinking of doing a live with like playing music like others have done, right? I mean, but I don't know if I'm going to play very very popular music. I was thinking about playing a lot of like rare grooves, like rare funk, rare oldies, rare shit, like shit that you hardly hear, right? And if people have like rare songs that they want to listen to or that they know of, just to share it. I love like discovering old ass music that's badass, but for some reason just didn't hit the radio. So I'm thinking about maybe I might even just have a channel just to do reactions on videos, music, put shit out there that I like, and if people want to share shit with me, that'll be cool too. I love music. I really enjoy listening to it. I enjoy the background of it, the history of it. Hey, what's up, Kelly Big Dogs? Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Shout out to you, brother. We got 10 people watching. Thank you so much. If you haven't already done so, please hit the like. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. I did see my subscriber count go up a little bit. It bumped up a few numbers. I'm happy. I'm happy. It always makes me happy to see people engaging, reacting to what I do. Trust me, I do it with the utmost respect to you guys, to every one of you that watches, to the Explosive family, the Explosive movement. I always hold you at high regard, Shark City girl. Everybody, man, that gets down and does their thing. And we just have to understand that life moves on, right? Life does what it does. Shout out to E Mateo, everyone I haven't seen. And that brings me to today. I was looking at I was just scrolling through YouTube. Um Shout out to Slugs. I was just watching the video that Slugs put out on Skittles, and I don't want to really do another reaction on that fool. But he almost tempted me. It almost tempted me to when I saw that video that he put out about Boxer. I don't know if I should even react to that shit. I mean, you guys already know that we really don't have to watch more shit on Skittles to know that he's a fucking liar. Really, right? We already know that. Underground sounds are the best. Got a dig for gems. Yeah, man. I enjoy that shit, bro. Like I really want to. I wish I would have been a DJ. I never got behind the wheels of steel, but I know how to mix shit. Like I know how to make mixtapes. I know how to I know which beat from what song at what RPM will hit, and I can mix in with like another song. So I have the mindset of it, but I don't know. I guess I would have to fuck around with some tools to make that happen. But I used to do like I used to put together mixtapes, and certain songs I would let them run on, like fade into each other because the beat was similar. Like for example, if you have the Message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and also the Genius of Love by the Tom Tom Club. Like I would start like a mixtape off, for example, with like the Tom Tom Club Genius of Love, and then it has that break beat at the bat where it's just a well, that mixes right in with the beginning of the Message because that's how the message begins, like right. So it's got that same beat. I wish I would have just been able to do it with fucking records, bro. I would have loved to have done that shit. But anyways, I know a lot of you guys are into beats like Ghost and everybody. Yeah, I'm a straight. I know you too, Jay Slaughter. I know that there's a myth about your identity out there. But I do know that music is a passion of mine. But having said that, so I was scrolling through YouTube and I saw Chemo had posted something. So shout out to Chemo Flix, man. Shout out to him. Asking about where's Lucky from, Cali Legends Media. Like, I haven't seen him in over. He hasn't put out anything in over a week. Now I don't know if he said anything. I don't know if he said he was going to be doing something. I think he might have. Hey, but shout out to shout out to Lucky, man. Shout out to Lucky. Um, you know, he's an older gentleman. Let's pray for him. I send my prayers out to Lucky. I know that it gets a little weird in this media space, right? It always seems like content creators have to be against each other. Like the only time that they're going to speak about each other is unless there's drama, unless there's content, and I don't think it should be like that, man. Like that's why to me, what we're doing with the explosive movement, I would hope at some point helps heal shit, right? I mean, I know that that might sound contradictory because we do go after people, but the reason why we go after people is because they created this into a toxic space. It shouldn't be a toxic space, right? And we know that the Basura brothers, like Miss Yaya likes to call them, um, are pretty much the catalyst for a lot of the toxicity that we see in these spaces, right? But yeah, shout out to Lucky, man. God bless him. Prayers to him. I hope everything's good. He might just be chilling, on vacation. I don't know. But whatever it is, shout out to him, prayers to him, and prayers to everybody, man, out there trying to do the best they can for their families. There's a lot of good content creators, man. Shout out to 16 to Life. Shout out to Slugstown. Shout out to Terps. I see Terps in the comments. Hey, I'm sure some little rat will scurry out of their hole to speculate about my identity. Yeah, you know what's up. Hey, shout out to Terps, man, to your channel, man, and everything that you do, that you put out there. Same with Sooners, exposing the white to Yarda. I know Taco saying he's working, and he does his thing, but he's trying to put his channel out there as well. Ghost is also doing his thing. Ladies of Exposed to, I know that both of you girls have, work that you do, you have your families, but you're out there trying to put your thing, put your things out there, put your videos, your content out there. So shout out to everybody, man. A lot of us, like, just to speak in my case in particular, I work and I do a lot of things while I'm working. Like the video that I just posted, that came on before my live, I was watching a little bit of it. um I put it out while I was working. Like I edited it, cut it, all of that shit while I was working. So we try to find the time to do things. We try to find the time to put out content, to put out videos. And that's why I appreciate when you guys support us, when you guys watch us, when you hit the like, when you subscribe to our channels. It really does make a difference. It makes us want to put more content out there. I think all of us probably feel the same. I was on vacation with my little one, so I was barely on, but I'm back. All right, that's right, Terps. And that's what happens too. Sometimes we got to take a break. Hey, Tika, sorry I'm late. Was having a good conversation and I wanted to leave. Shout out Mimi. All right, that's right, Katie Frizzles. Shout out Terps. Yeah, shout out to Terps. Let's see. Let's see. One issue is that it comes with the territory. You got a bunch of narcissists and sociopaths that want to run the content game. We're cleaning up the pollution. Yeah, that's how I see it, bro. Like that's how I see it. I see us as, coming in here and pulling out the weeds, making the land right so that we can plant seeds of fucking progress, bro, and education and camaraderie, and we can have fun. I mean, look, man, I'm not against fun content. I'm not against people clowning and doing shit, but there's ways of doing it. There's ways of doing it without talking shit about other people. Fuck the way these fuckers do and going at people and fucking hating. There's ways of going about having fun. And there could be some roasting. I mean, all in good fucking nature, but we should be promoting our channels. We should be doing a lot more for the people that watch us. We should be really putting things out there. Like I love it when you guys jump on, right? That's why I put the link there. So when people jump on and we have that conversation, that way people can see that we truly do have real camaraderie. That's right. Yeah, Terps, good stuff, Terps. Yeah, Miss Yaya's in the house. She's listening. Oakland's listening. Everybody's listening. That's when I get on here, I figure that I'm speaking to thousands. Even if I only see like 12 views, or whatever, just because that's my projection. Today's fuck around and find out Friday, but I wanted to readopt that, and to fuck around and find out, right? I want to use it as a positive, man. Sometimes you gotta fuck around and find out just how good you are at this shit. Sometimes you gotta fuck around and find out how effective, how real you truly are. Like sometimes you gotta put yourself to the test. My problem is that all of these idiots, like fucking ratas and skittles, they want to put other people to the test. Like they want to call out other people. That's the problem with all these fucking trolls, man. They want to call out other people and put them to the test. Man, I put myself to the test every fucking day. Every day I fucking test the limits of what I can do with this shit. Like yesterday I put out a fucking short. I think I put out a video and I did 2 lives. I said, fuck it, let's do this shit. You know? Foot falling off Friday. Yeah, if it was toes, right? Toe falling off Friday. It was good, Levi Cruz. Nice to see you, man. Chilling, bro. Chilling. Or sometimes it's fuck it up Fridays. Yeah, sometimes it's fuck it up Fridays. Good afternoon, all at work listening. That's right, Hangman. Nice to see you, man. Thanks for coming in and letting me know that you're listening, bro. Levi too. Thank you guys so much. I know that some of you guys are listening. Maybe you're driving. I know that this is prime traffic, prime travel time. Give me a second, guys. Let me mute this because I did get some voice messages. So hold on 1 second. All right, so it was nothing bad. It was nothing bad. It's nothing but good news, man. God is good, man. God blesses me. And see, that's the thing, man. Sometimes we gotta fuck around and find out, just like I was saying, just how good we are. And right now, the news that I received was because someone that's truly important in my life fucked around and found out just how skilled, just how determined she was. She applied for a job and she got it. So she was letting me know right now, hey Frank, because I like I tell you guys, man, I try to help people behind the scenes, man. If I have to show them English, if I have to show them things about how to work, how to create things for work, reporting, even fucking the disciplinary matrices, disciplinary actions, the action plans. I know how to do all of that shit. And sometimes people come at me, hey Frank, you know what? I need help in this shit because I'm applying for this, blah 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 blah. And once they get it, like right now, people let me know. So I'm happy, man. God is good. He answers my prayers, and that's why I do this shit all the time. I constantly fuck around and find out just how blessed I am. That may sound contradictory, but that's exactly what I do. I fuck around and find out how blessed I am and how much of a blessing I am to others, because that's how I challenge myself. I don't care what these other people think about me and their criticisms and their judgments. They don't know what I do behind the background, all in my life, all the things that I get involved in. No, this is just a continuation of what the conversation I was having with you guys yesterday. This is who I am, and I'm going to continue being who I am. And I will continue to support those that I can support. That's right. Fernand, Frizz, that's right. Jay Slaughter, Frank. Uh, yeah, talk that papas, right? That's right, Facto. Nice to see you. That's a encontrar. All right. Yeah, I'm getting good news, man. I'm just getting good news. So, it feels good when you can help people out. Like sometimes you gotta fuck around and find out, that maybe you don't need to be on the defensive all of the time. Sometimes you gotta fuck around and find out that maybe you don't fight all the battles that you think you have to fight. Sometimes you don't, man. Fighting too many fucking battles will wear you out, and you might miss the ones that you could easily win because you've got all of these fronts open, right? On your battlefield. You can't fight every fucking battle that comes up. I don't do that shit. Some shit I just leave for a while and I let it fester on its own because I know they're gonna fuck around and find out that they fuck with the wrong person, and I might not even have to move a pinky because I'm always fucking around and finding out how blessed I am every day of my life. I wake up asking for this day, today, this very day that I woke up. When I woke up, I said, thank you, Lord, because I know that at the end of the day, I'm going to be thanking you for all of the blessings, for all that I was able to accomplish just today. Today, I'm alive today. So, you know what? When I wake up, I fuck around and find out just what the day has for me. And everybody that stands in opposition to me, everyone that stands at odds with me, will fuck around and find out that I'm the wrong motherfucker to play with because I don't stop. The U.S. has turned selfishness into a virtue. Helping each other would lead to a far different landscape. Hope we see that become the norm in the future. That's what my channel's about, bro. And I know that sometimes I may come at it aggressively, or I may come at it, and I may represent what I'm talking about in opposition to someone. But sometimes ideas come disguised as humans, you know, straight up. Sometimes revolutions and ideas come disguised as human. They come in fleshly form, and you got, and sometimes to battle an idea that's contrary, you have to go against people because their contrary ideas come in the form of their flesh, of their usernames, of their channels, of whoever the fuck it is in the workplace that wants to run contrary to what's supposed to go down. Saludos, Sonny Boy. What's up, Sonny Boy? Nice to see you. Yeah, Facto's in the house. Yeah, yeah, Shout out to everybody's in the chat right now and that's watching. I'm the real Sonny. All right, brother. If you say so. I want you know, if anybody knows what's up with Lucky Man, that'll be good to know. I've definitely experienced battle burnout. Can't fight them all. That's why it's solid to fight a representative of all that sucks and kill many birds with one stone. Yeah, man. Look, so when they try to come at us with that bullshit, like, "Oh, you support these guys because you're not talking shit about them." No, bitch. It's because it's one battle at a time. And first and foremost, I'm not gonna go and do homework on the motherfucker if it means I'm gonna have to watch some fucking hour long worth of videos just to find that one shit that you want me to fucking trip out on. I'm not gonna do that shit. My time is fucking is my time's expensive because I'm doing all of the things that I do on my end. My time is too precious to go to be fucking baited and fucking have red herrings pull me astray from the fucking focus of what I'm trying to do. Fuck you and your fucking playbook. Your playbook does not affect my playbook. Now, my playbook aligns with explosives. That's why we ride together. But I'm able to do all my shit on the side. Now, still a fucking representative of the big badass exposed to YouTube crew. you know it is what it is, but I find pleasure in being able to help others, man, because that's what I was called to do. Now, all of these fake Christians out there that are always just for theirs, just for their pocket, just for their come up, and aren't willing to put out the right content, the content to love one another, that's how you know it's fake. But I'm man enough to say, man, I would rather that we would all be blessing each other and not going at each other. But a lot of these people just have to fuck around and find out. Frank, how's rent in El Salvador? Do you own or rent out there? I own, bro. I own. But rent is expensive. Rent is expensive, bro. El Salvador is expensive. Now, I'm not going to get into it too much, but it is not. I mean, every place has its good and its bad. El Salvador is the same. Yeah, that's right. CBD. Simone Holmes, that's right. Yeah, where's the homie Lucky? Yeah, I don't know, bro, but prayers to him. Taco saying, saludos, Frank and chat. I'm at work keeping it. That's right, Taco saying, nice to see you, my brother. God bless you too, bro. I know you're out there hustling for your little ones. Hey, we're parents, but we also get down like Charlie Brown. That's right, Taco Man. And we've got soldiers tackling many fronts. Yeah, so not everything. We don't have to battle every fucking battle because we've got people doing different things, and I think that is one of the things that I learned early on, and that's why now I'm not gonna lie. There are moments in which I feel like I'm being baited to fight a battle that I know I should just fucking look, man. Whatever's fake implodes, right? Whatever's like the Ocean Gate submarine. It crumbles under pressure. I mean, once the pressure is there, it's like that Ocean Gate sub, you know, straight up. Like, and that's the thing, man. I'm a what one of them high grade submarines, man. I could fuck, you know. But that's how we ride, and we just have to understand that there will be people that try to get us off track. They will try to get us sidetracked. But we have to be strong. We have to be mentally strong. Let's see. I hope the homie didn't get busted. I tapped in with Lucky's. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. I hope it's not anything health. I see it more as something that might be health. You know, derived, and I hope not. I hope it's nothing bad. I hope he's doing good. Nothing, bro. I'm just saying that we haven't seen them. That's all. There's not. I don't want anyone to say that that on Frank's live he said something was going on. No, I want to be very clear. Okay. I haven't seen him put out content. I was thinking about that a few days ago, and today when I was scrolling through YouTube, I saw that Chemo had put a question like, where is Lucky? So, I what I did was I brought it up to the channel, to pray, to pray. And if it's nothing bad, well, excellent. You know what I mean? Not sure what happened. He's been in a, yeah, I don't think, yeah, I don't want to assume anything's happened. I'm just saying that, prayers to him and shout out to him and shout out to all the content creators and prayers to all the content creators that are out there righteously putting out good content, that aren't lying, that aren't scamming, that, like, that's where this whole thing that I'm talking about is derived from. We have to be able to honor those that are putting out righteous content. We cannot be so divisive to where we can't give our flowers or our honor where honor is due. Every day I shout out all the people that are affiliated to us, but then there's other content creators that are doing their job, and I think Lucky's one of them. you know I may not always agree with what a lot of people put out there. Like, there's some things that Lucky puts out there, I'm like, I don't know if I agree too much with that, you know what I mean? But he's out there, he's trying to do a stand-up job, and I just pray for him and I hope he's doing good. Yeah, he's just been, yeah, that's all. Hey, thank you. Hey, Ghost. Hey, God bless you, bro. May the Lord multiply it, man. You're always blessing my channel, man, and I truly appreciate it. Hey, shout out to Ghost. Go check out his channel, man. And as soon as you start monetizing, we're gonna run our own little pyramid scheme. You help me, I help you. Uh, that's papas. That's me talking papas. Hey, it's fucking talking papas, man. I'm talking papas. I might throw some papas in the mix. Sometimes you gotta throw papas with the beef. Make that beef stew. Make that beef stew. Gracias. Thanks for tapping in. Yeah, thanks for tapping in, man. That's right. That's right. That's right, Ghost. Thanks so much, Ghost. But yeah, man, fuck around and find out Friday. So yeah, so I was scrolling, I saw that about Sunny, and it got me thinking. It got me thinking that he throws down, man. Look, at his age, he throws down. He puts shit on his channel. He talks a lot. He has a good following, and I respect it. And I think that content creators should respect each other more. I don't think we should be competing against each other because there's like a wide audience out there. Then if you're not able to attract people to your channel through what you do naturally, then that, hey, you just got to accept it, right? You have to accept it. And I think that that's the problem with a lot of content creators, is that they become so fixated on the numbers game that they start bullshitting their viewers. They start bullshitting. They start doing way out shit. Like, they start doing shit that they shouldn't be fucking doing. I'm gonna talk about them. I'll make content if you're out there acting stupid. I'm gonna make content because you already know what my channel is all about. You know. But I'm also, you guys also know I put out videos, just talking about what I know and what I think and my opinions on things. That's what these lives are about as well. You know. And once again, if anybody wants to jump on, if anybody has time, if you want to chop it up, you can go ahead and do so. The link is right there, and it's also pinned. But yeah, man. So while like I said, I do a lot of the stuff that I do, like the video that I put out while I'm working, and while I was scrolling and seeing things, I saw that Slugs put out a video. So shout out to Slugs. He put out a video on whatever it is that fucking Skittle said about Boxer, you know. And then I heard Slugs kind of say a few things like like Boxer kept it real, and he's got his following because he puts out good content. I mean, he puts out he puts a lot of people on blast. It's a different type of putting out on blast, higher level putting on blast, right? Now, do I watch, or have I watched? I've watched clips and bits, but I haven't watched his channel. And I just have my personal reasons not to want to give certain views or certain content creators views. Like if I have to because of research or because I'm pulling information from something, I'll go and watch a video. Like even if it's the weirdos, like I'll go and watch a video because sometimes I'll have people tell me, Frank. Like, as a matter of fact, today they sent me a video, a link, and I haven't gone to see it yet, but it seems interesting, and I haven't seen it yet, and I didn't want to do. I probably could do a live reaction to it, but no, I do want to study it a little bit because it might have information that I wasn't too aware of. Sharky touchdown in Griffin, Indiana. I'm sure rats are laying low in the sewers. Yeah, man. Big rats eat smaller rats. Well, that's all I can say. Sometimes big rats eat smaller rats. That's why you gotta be careful, like of not being around too much, right? Being around people that may not have your best intentions in mind. Slugs is a weirdy guy with dry humor. I love. Yeah, me too, man. Hey, what's up? 2 times. What's up, man? Chilling, bro. Chilling. Yeah. No. Yeah. Man, Slugs is. I like Slugs. Now I don't share his opinion. Like I don't share his opinion on that boxer dude. I don't share his opinion on that boxer dude. Just because he's like that boxer dude has done some crazy way out shit. That I'm not gonna repeat, but yeah, I mean, and that's why it's like that's like what we were talking about on the collective the other night. Shout out once again to ET. Shout out to the collective of those that jump on. Shout out to ladies of exposed to. When we were talking about like me not giving money to people from religions, like people that are like representatives of their man-made religion, I'm not going to donate to you because if I donate to you, what I'm doing is I'm donating to your cause, and I don't believe in your cause. Right? So I feel the same way about viewership. Like if I don't believe in your message, if I don't believe in what you do, if I think it's toxic, if I think it's adverse to what I believe in and to morals and principles, I'm not gonna watch your shit. I'm not gonna give you that fucking view. Not at all. That's why even like when they've done videos on me talking shit about me, like people will come and like they'll DM me like, Frank, did you see this video where they said this and this and that? Or they'll send me a clip, whatever. Like I might go watch it. I might. But half the time I'll just ignore it because I'm like, man, fuck, I don't give a fuck what these guys gotta say about me. Shit. And sharks eat everybody. That's right. Hey, what's up, X rated? Chilling, bro. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Let's fuck around and find out Friday, bro. But this is how fools fuck around and find out. Cause look at fucking what Skittles has done. Right? He's gonna make an enemy out of this guy for talking shit. Why? Because he's trying to make money. His views are low, and that's what Slugs was saying, and I agree with him wholeheartedly because that's what we've been all saying. All of us have been saying that Skittles and fucking Johnny Rata's views have gone down. Have fucking they're like going down the drain as we speak. You know how you have like a large pill, like a large pool of water, right? And you open up the drain. Now you might not see it right away. You might not see it right away. But if you go to where the drain is, you will see the centrifugal force that in which that water's going down the drain. You may not see it from above. And that's what you see. Like right now with Gunner, you're not like we may not see it so much because of the number of viewers that he has, but those views are going down the drain. So what's he doing now? He's got to start shit with people. He's got to start shit with people and bring drama to himself to get fucking clicks and views. And I think it's pathetic. Boxer has done some way out shit for sure. Yeah. You know what's up. That's right. Frank, you see how Skittles is trying to stir up old beef to get attention. Him and Joker are starving. Slugs made an educated guess, and from my experience, said he's only making about. Well, yeah, yeah. But and I think it's more than an educated guess because Slugs. Just like when, if you guys saw when 16 to Life, when Chill jumped on the live that time, he said that a low month for him is 3 G's. you know, I'm like, man, I want to have that kind of low month. That's what I'm trying to go for. Like to have, for me to have slow months of 3 G's. That's crazy. But you're absolutely right. So that's why he's starting beef. And that to me, he's gonna fuck around and find out even more. Skittles has not learned any of his fucking lessons. Not at all. Donations have dried up and they're desperate, bro. Remember this as their livelihood. Yeah, so look, man, and hey, shout out to everybody that's donated to my video. And I've had lives in which I have gotten more donations than, and I'm talking in dollar amount, than them. And I'm a little ass channel. But I think, and I know, I'm gonna say I know. I'm gonna say I know. And I don't care if you guys call me fucking arrogant or whatever. I don't care. I mean, some of you guys already call me that anyway. But I would dare say it's because people know that I ain't bullshitting. I'm not over here bullshitting you guys, man. Look, I could look at the fucking screen and I'm not going to come here and bullshit you guys. We're going to talk what's real. I'm going to give you my opinion. And I think these fools are going to fuck around and find out. I honestly think the end is near for these guys. Unless, and so here's my thing. Here's my theory. I theorize that these guys are going to somehow delete their channels and then try to start again differently. And it may work. It may work. At least they won't get attacked, whatever. It may work. I doubt it. But they will not, the way their channels are set up, the type of shit that they talk about, what they do online right now, all of it is geared up to come to a screeching halt. That's how I see it. Yeah, Leonard is setting his eyes on big targets to siphon views. Meanwhile, we are David to Goliath, knocking down giants and still crushing. Yeah, bro. Hey, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's why I said today's fuck around and find out Friday, bro. Because that's exactly what we're talking about. That's exactly what we're talking about. I mean, my little channel, you see my, well, you were checking my view. Hey, you were pocket watching my views on one of my videos, and you were right. The views were going up considerably. Like, to the number of people I have subscribed, I get over 200% sometimes views on some of my videos. And so I hope to continue to have that kind of effect whenever I do a live, whenever I put out a video. I hope to continue to have that. Skittles, a bitch, and won't even do nothing, just all time. Yeah, bro. We know. Yeah. It's wild that they are finding new partners to backstab. Is Becky officially off the island? I don't know, bro. But you see, but their alliances aren't lasting long anymore. Like before, they used to create alliances that they lasted maybe about a year before it all fell out, before they cannibalized each other. But now they're not lasting. Those alliances are drying up too. They are waking up to walking up to the cash register at grocery stores and attempt to pay with money gun and galaxy stickers. They're trying to pay with autograph promotional headshots and cameos. Yeah, bro. So I think that fuck around and find out is coming soon for those fools. Driving home now. All right, Oakland. Drive safely, Oakland. Thank you for checking in. But I think they're at that stage. They're at the stage in which they fucked around. I think it's more like, for them, it's they fucked around and now they're finding out. They fucked around and now they're finding out. But that happens to everybody. Like, that happens to everybody that is not real, that becomes toxic, that becomes too egocentrical, that allows for the numbers game to get at them, right? For them to be so concerned with like, will I get paid? Will I get the views? They should not have quit their jobs. That's how I see it. It's like, why quit your job if you're not certain? Like, this is not a certain type of hustle. This is not something that you can do forever either. I don't think so. I remember that there's a in this movie that I was watching. It's an animated movie, but one of the characters says you're only creative for about 10 years, and I believe that. I believe, and you could spread those 10 years out. Like maybe you have like a creative output for 2 years, boom, then it becomes dormant. And then you have another creative output, then it becomes dormant. But you have about 10 years worth of creative output. Now, I'm sure that that's like in general. I'm sure that there are people, and we know of artists like Stevie Wonder and all of them that were decades worth of creativity. But if you look at just regular artists, most bands only last for about 5, 6 years. With all the touring and all that other shit. And, after 6, 7 years, they either separate, or are never heard of again. 300, how about I let you take a selfie with me and I'll record your voicemail greeting instead, eh? You can only run so many scans until the wells have dried up. Y'all want to see two? Yeah, bro, that's what I think. That I agree. I think that the well ran dry. And not only the well, people don't like to feel stupid, bro. Like people don't like to know that they've been scammed. And maybe for a while you'll be there because you don't want to believe that you're being scammed. you know, like there's people that their pride won't let them walk away from something, even though they know they're being scammed. But because their pride is like, I don't want anyone to fucking say that I walked away from this because they were right. I don't want them to tell me I told you so. So I'll just kick it for a bit. And then I'll walk out and I'll leave when no one notices. People do that shit. And that's why you notice a lot of people have just walked away without saying shit. Look at Cheekies. Remember what happened to Cheekies? There's a bunch of them that just up and disappeared. Supporters of them. They shouldn't have been so underhanded and grimy with it. Yeah, bro. Look, I mean, I don't understand it. Like you, like me, I could just come out here, be myself, and be cool with you guys, and I'm having fun. And I know that people gravitate towards real conversation, and that's where I said to me, it's like there's two fuck around and find out. There's a positive and there's a negative. I choose to fuck around and find out the positive one, where I choose to find out what each day brings for me and how much more I could do with my channel every day. Look, I've been putting out a video and a short and going live every day for about over a week now. I was just watching that in the last 6 days, I've put out 4 videos, like 4 shorts, and I've been live every day. And then yesterday I was live twice, you know? So, I mean, and people recognize the work that I put in, and they also see that I'm coming at you. We're going to have different types of conversations. Obviously, a lot of it is going to circle around the same subjects because you guys already know the mission. Shower sharking tour guide. Hey, salute to you, Gabriel. Nice to see you, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. Yeah. It's all good. Gunner can fall back on his underwater welder gig. Yeah, man. I doubt it, bro. Like you have to retrain. Like there's certain shit that gets outdated, so you have to be updated, and to be updated, sometimes that requires recertification. I don't think you could be away from a certain type of job for over 2 years without being recertified. And do you remember when Joker admitted that whenever they would come and do the inspections, he wouldn't go to work because he didn't want to be inspected? Imagine that shit. Like you're basically telling people that while they were working on some welding shit, like you were not certified. Their ego is the main problem. Yeah, it's their ego, bro. Ego and pride comes before the fall. And I see the fall coming, bro. Yo, Slug said Skittles only did 3.5 years. Remember, Frank, the other day, lying ass Leonard said he did 19 years. Yeah, and we know they lie, bro. We know they lie. You reap what you sow. Most definitely. That's what we're seeing. That's why it's fuck around and find out Friday, bro. Because we're seeing it. Like, we're seeing it. And not just these guys. I see it in a lot of other people. I don't talk too much about high power fitness. I don't talk too much about him, but he fucked around and found out a few weeks ago that he fucked up with his alliance with these idiots. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Those alliances don't last very long because people are waking up fast to the debauchery, to the bullshit. That's why I said that anybody had skills paperwork because I already knew it was lying. Yeah, yeah. I think there is a video. I think someone shot. I think that's the video someone sent me today, but I haven't watched it yet, and I don't know. I'm gonna watch it on my own when I have time, and I might do it if it's good and I think it's reaction worthy. I mean, every video is reaction worthy. You got to make it reaction worthy by the breakdown that you give it. If there's bullshit in there, you got to call it out. Those two can't keep it real to themselves, not authentic, just do it out this fucking yeah, bro. And I think that is the problem is that they came out lying about who they were. And to be able to sustain a lie, you got to continue lying. And your lies have to add up. They have to make sense. If they don't make sense, then everything falls apart and nothing makes sense anymore. None of what they do makes sense. 3.5 in Cali, right? I forgot how long in Oregon, but I do remember the 187 he snitched on. Okay. I'm a welder, fabricator, and underwater welding is not worth the money and really dangerous. Yeah. The Beatles, Rolling Stone, Temptations all broke up. Those two lanes are not the exception. They will snake each other soon. They're that desperate. Yeah. That's a good observation. I mean, based on what I was talking about, creativity lasts about 10 years. I think it could be more, depending on who you are, depending on how willing you are to continue to be a student and to learn. And that's me, man. I continue to learn. That's why, like I said, my fuck around and finding out is putting into practice all the shit that I learned. Like, I fuck around and find out if it's effective or not. I fuck around and find out if putting out these videos of doing these lives are good. And I'm gonna just keep doing it. And I think, so far so good. Leonard is just Play-Doh. He has no natural form. He just molds. Uh, he just molds into whatever shape he hastily thinks will get him to the next script. Yeah, I agree. Even the greats, the Beatles, Rolling Stones, and Temptations all broke up. These two snakes will eventually end up beefing. They're desperate. Yeah, bro. I agree. They would be cops if they were able. Perfect job for those without any conscience and enjoy predation, no accountability. I think, and I may be wrong, but I think Joker was trying to, have a bid at working with law enforcement. I think he wanted to work with law enforcement. The thing is that on what capacity, right? But because look, man, and I hate doing this because I don't like to put myself on a pedestal. Because the minute that you judge someone on something, you're automatically putting yourself on a pedestal. That's wisdom for you guys. Whenever you judge someone, you're putting yourself on a pedestal. You're making yourself a judge. I don't like to do it, but sometimes it's necessary. But these two guys are not bright. And if you look at a lot of the politicking that goes on on TikTok, because they politic on TikTok of all places and YouTube, like they do all of this way out shit. Like, when you see them in action, you realize that these motherfuckers are stupid. And there's no wonder they got pushed off or moved out or moved in on. No wonder. I don't know when it was, but but if you look at fucking Johnny Ratas, if you look at him, he's always putting someone's business out there. It could be the most like Like it could be like the most insignificant thing, but he'll put your shit out there. He'll put your shit out there. Like you can't trust Johnny with shit. Nothing. If you tell Johnny Ratas, hey Johnny, you know what? I'm gonna go fucking buy me a beer right now. I'm gonna see if I can get there before the store closes. And someone asks about you, he will tell them all of that. He'll say, "Oh, he said he was gonna go to the store right now to see if he can get a beer before he closes. I think he only had a 20 on him, so he might not be able to get change." Like he'll tell you all that shit. Like he put Skittles on blast about his toes yesterday. He put Skittles' toes on blast, and Skittles had to go out there and put his fucking phone up with the picture of his gnarled ass fucking toes. Now, look, man, there may be people out there with that kind of toe. I'm not hating on you, okay? I'm not hating on you. Get it checked out, do whatever you got to do. I'm hating on these motherfuckers because they love to get on YouTube and criticize and talk shit about people and body shame women and do all they do. They do that sandia shit on TikTok when they look at people that they find weird looking or paisas or whatever. 2 times, can't wait for the back and forth airing out of Dark Secrets. Yeah, man, 100% he was. He wanted to be a consultant. I agree. He walks around with the least. Yeah, they both do. And see what the problem that they're having. See, so the problem that they're having is that they couldn't talk shit about Chill because he's a stand-up dude. He's not a dropout like them. When they try to put out paperwork on Exposed Tube, they couldn't talk shit. That the PO failed at that motherfucker. Because all I got from that paperwork was, man, this guy's a fucking rebel and he doesn't give a fuck. He's not going to conform and he might not conform to society. That's what I got from that paperwork, if it is, in fact, Fernando's paperwork. To me, it just confirmed and solidified what he puts out there, like the energy he puts out there. So it was like, it wasn't a shocker. It wasn't, he didn't, there was nothing bad to say. There was nothing bad to say about that paperwork. Now, they can try to put my paperwork out there, and they could. But they're just going to see that I've been honest about all the shit that I've said. And I've been a public figure for a while. Why do you suppose Joker had feet pics of Skittles? Because they fucking get down like that, bro. I'm just tripping out on why they're airing that shit out now. That was my question. They will just say we decided to go our separate ways and focus on building up our own channels. Snapshot this comment, Frank. We will be going back this soon. They will start blaming each other. Oh no, we know, bro. Yeah. We'll leave. I mean, these lives are gonna stay up, bro. Like, you guys are gonna remember fucked around and find out Friday. And that's where we had this conversation. But we've been having this conversation, in my videos, in my lives, other people, like all of us have been kind of like, when's it gonna happen? I just think it's closer now because people have lost respect. Like if you will see the video that I put out there, now that girl has been getting at Joker for the longest, but she doesn't respect his ass. And the last thing that I'll put in the video, the last thing that she says in that video, let me put it up on my end. Give me a second, guys. I just want to hear what she says. And I want to share that with you because I think that is the conclusion that everyone comes to. Hold on.
Break yourself, fool! No, I'm a good time. It's just people think that they can overdo you. Like, you can't do that. No, I'm a good time. It's just people think that they can overdo you. Like, you can't do that.
When she said people think that they can overdo you, She was talking about them fools. I mean, what she was telling them is, Joker, I'm pressing you and I'm making you give this woman a fucking money gun, a $6 money gun, because you love to get over on people, motherfucker. And I'm not going to let you get away with it. See, she's fighting that battle too. She's fighting our battle too. She just doesn't know it. She doesn't know that she's helping expose this motherfucker. She broke him down. She made that motherfucker donate $6. He was like, what? Whoa, oh my God. And, and I was clowning around and I said it, but, that might have, unbalanced his check balance. Those $6. I don't know how much a six-pack is worth now. I don't know how much a Lunchable is worth in the States. But if he had to donate 2 more of those, it might have fucking set him back a couple of days. It might have set him back 8 hours of straight up begging on TikTok. But she punked him into giving up those $6. You know how little she respects his ass? Didn't Joker just praise Boxer and get some props from him? That Skittles video might be what cost it. I think that video shows the rift already. I think they're exposing their rifts now. Joker giving up the toes. Remember, Joker said he wasn't going to go to the fight. I think the rift started around that time, Jay Slaughter. We've been tracking this shit, The lista. Have you received the paperwork on the hangman? That's never going to happen, bro. You know what's up. Priscilla's actually pretty funny. She's funny. I wouldn't want to be on her bad side, bro. I wouldn't want to be on her bad side. I don't know why she's doing it, to be honest with you, but I know that I know she made it very clear. When she said that, she made it very clear that she doesn't like their get down. And she called him a liar. Like, go watch the video. Go watch ET's live from yesterday. I mean, she went out of her way to make sure that he got clowned yesterday. She went out of her way to make sure to call him a bald ass liar. She called him a bald ass old motherfucking liar, a cheapskate who only likes to receive gifts. And she got him. She was like, are you even like, why aren't you appearing here giving gifts, Joker? And he had to break it down. He broke it down to a 24-year-old girl online that he doesn't even know. What makes you think that he won't break it down in front of you? You're like, what's up, fool? Still talking that shit, isn't? Man, it's so ridiculous how they try to talk. Remember that essay thing on the short I put out? Primo, I got it. Says he was suspected in arson of someone killing. Yeah, so fuck around and find out, man. They fucked around and they're finding out. They fucked around with too many good people. I mean, people don't like to feel like they were scammed, like they've been ridiculed, they were made fun of. Nobody likes that shit. So I'm glad it's happening. And once again, what I said earlier when the live began is that we should, as content creators, and all of you guys that watch our content, all of you guys that go to other channels, like I go to other channels, make sure to let them know. Make sure to let those people that you watch because they're putting out good content, support them. I'm not saying give everybody a cash app, but if you can, give some of those dudes a cash app with, give them a like, give them a subscribe. Women too, the ladies have exposed to subscribe, watch their their videos, go on their lives, give a like, support. Support Lucky, man. I hope he's all good. Support Robert, man. God bless Robert, man. And prayers to Robert. 16 to life to Slugs. Go show support. But at the same time, be careful who you're supporting. Don't support these fuckers, man. I mean, truly think about what you're doing. Giving these fools like is like giving them oxygen to fucking continue scamming, bullshitting, talking shit. Fuck these fools. No woman respects a broke man. You can't be a snake and broke. And the ladies are realizing these things are struggling and they're hustlers always trying to get over on people. Yeah, bro. And it would be different. And I'm gonna say this in all respect to all the women out there that like to support fucking deadbeats. No disrespect to you, ladies, but there are women out there that love to support fucking deadbeats. You have women that send love letters and want to get married to fucking serial killers and fucking chomos. What kind of shit is that, man? We live in a fucking cold ass world. There are women that are out there supporting these fools. Like, look at fucking Becky, man. Becky, wake the fuck up, Becky. You fucking turned against your own friend. You turned against your own friend. You turned against Moni. You turned against Geeko. You turned against all of these people talking shit about these women because you wanted a piece of that fucking Joker Nalga. I don't know if I'm talking papas right now. But that's the way it seemed. Like you fucking actively went out there and shanked these women. You took them out cold, Becky. You bumped them off the grid. And when you turned around and saw Kiko was on the live with these fools and other women and other people, and you were left out in the cold, you fucked up. If people would hate you if you were stripped of your money and fame, you're not shit. Yeah, bro. If people would hate you yeah, pretty much. That's cold. That's some cold ass shit. He turned these fools turned supposed friends against each other. And now they're waking up to the fact that they did it for money. What's up, X-Ray? Hey, hey, once again, if you guys want to jump on, you can. I know it gets hard because some people are driving, but if anybody wants to jump on, you can go ahead and talk your shit if you want, give your shout out to your girlfriend. I don't know. Frank, let's see. Frank, do you honestly think those names know they are free falling? We see it, but does their ego allow them to see? I don't think so. See, look, so check this out, man. Scammers are hustlers, and if you're a true hustler, a true scammer, you're always finding the next scam. And I think they're looking for the next scam. So they don't think it's over. They're just looking for the next scam to keep them afloat. It's sort of like someone that borrows money and they can't pay someone else, so they go and borrow money from someone else. They can't pay that person, so they go and borrow from somebody else. And they're going to continue doing that as long as people continue letting them borrow money or lending them money. They're going to continue doing that shit. Unless all of these people, all of the lenders get together and be like, hey, wait a minute. Hey, that fool owes me $10. Serio? That fool owes me 15. Really? And then, everyone starts popping up. And they're like, don't lend money to these motherfuckers. They're going to put a sign on their channels that they say, don't feed the bears. Don't feed the Chewbacca's. Becky takes up most of the grid. Becky Rhino got to be the head Rhino. She wanted to, but I think she pushed herself off. Remember American Gladiator when sometimes they would fall off the pedestal and they would lose? That's kind of what happened. She was the American Gladiator that fell off the pedestal, like fighting, trying to get these fools, trying to get a piece of ass. And I think she was like, whoever, or both of you fucking Twinkies, both you Twinkies, I'll take you both on. Like Becky was down, like she straight up announced that shit. She's like, come get at me. I'm down. I'll do it all. Becky said, I'll do it all. She said anywhere. You know, like the Beatles song, here, there, and everywhere. She was announcing her how down she was. You know, fuck it, bring it on. She told Joker, she threw them calzones at Joker, landed on him like a fucking tent, like a parachute. Ah, you know. And then he came out, nah, Charlie. He's like, Charlie, I want Kiko. Fuck. That's some cool shit. And we're watching this shit play out live. And then they get mad at us for putting their shit out there. Don't get mad. Why are you putting your shit out there on live? Because you're trying to make money. You're trying to gain money. You're trying to pimp them boxes out. Trying to pimp them boxes out. Let's see. I won't pretend I'm not bro, but people still saying I love me no matter how. Yeah, look, bro. Listen, I'm not a rich man, bro. I'm not a rich man. If I was rich, I would not be on YouTube. I'd be off the coast of off some fucking island, just fucking doing it big, bro, in my yacht. You think I'd be on this? I would not even. You would not even know me. Hey, what's up, Big Juan Street D? Nice to see you. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Thanks for stopping by and supporting, man. Thanks for watching, bro. I think there's that built-in mechanism to narcissistic personality disorder that will never allow them to see their defeat. Their delusion will twist that defeat into a win. You know how I see it, bro. You know how when Gollum was still fighting for the ring, even though he knew he was at the fucking end of his rope. He was like right off he was on the edge, still fighting for that fucking ring. You know? That's how I see these fools. These fools are gonna fight till the very end to try to get that ring, whatever the ring is for them. You know, if it's credibility. See, the problem with so I'm gonna direct this straight at you, fucking at both of you, because it's not YouTube, it's YouTube. I'm gonna direct this at you. The credibility part of your channels is long gone. Joker and fucking Runner, Skinner, Leonard Skinner. There is no more credibility behind anything that you do, behind any of your words, behind any of your partnership, behind any of your $1 million moves. Those days are long gone. Like anybody believing and thinking that you still have it in you to pull it off in the ninth inning is fucking blind and stupid. Straight up. You guys fucked around and are now finding out that your future is like 2 weeks away. Lo, I'll do it all the way. The dirty chonies, yeah. Joker's flattening up that dog for when times get tougher. Fattening up, yeah, bro. Straight up. Becky put in 21 years of butt stuff for these fools perfecting her craft, and they kicked her. Ah, that's right, Jay Slaughter. That's right, Big Juan. Nice to see Big Juan. The 11 is Joker's precious. Johnny better go get a job acting all high and mighty. Look, you know what? Look, I'm gonna be very honest. Johnny could have a job as a voiceover actor. Like he could do fucking voiceovers. Like, if you want a fucking, ex-con voiceover on your GPS, right? Turn left, Holmes. Orderly, we're heading right. Oh, we're heading to the west side. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Imagine that being your voiceover on your GPS. Like I can see his future there. Turn back, eh? Hey, you missed the exit. Fuck. Damn, you're stupid. I can see some shit like that. A real man works a real job, makes real money, and does his best no matter. There's no, yeah, bro. Fuck all that shit. I work hard, bro. I used to sell fucking hamburgers and tortas out my fucking garage, bro. I did that for almost 2 years when my son was born. And then I had a job fucking working like off the roads, build like carving in dikes and shit. I did that for about fucking 2 years, man, before I started getting good jobs. Facto, he's gonna be giving out jobs to blow persuasion in the Barrio Liquors glory hole. Remember how Joker couldn't even admit to his DUI, blamed 3 different people, never took accountability, and Skittles even backed up all that bullshit. We really need a video of that live. That was crazy, bro. Yeah, you know what? I might do a reaction to that, bro. We might do a reaction to that. That might be a reaction tomorrow. I think there might be a collective tonight, so we're gonna jump on that. I think Ladies of Explosive is coming out as well. Hey, and once again, happy birthday to ET, man. Shout out to ET. Happy birthday, bro. That's right, Juan. Facto. Joe. That's right, Slaughter. Facto. Yeah, man. We really should fuck around and yeah. Respeto, Big Juan. Yeah, so look, I think they can find jobs, man, but they're too invested in this shit, and their pride is invested in this shit, and they know that they're gonna be clowned if they ever disappear. And I somehow think that the fear of being clowned outweighs the reality of them fucking having to eat and put fucking food in the refrigerator and pay the bills. Like, I could not be so blind as to not seeing that this shit that I'm doing is not paying my fucking bills, bro. That's why I work. Today, I woke up a little later. I got into work a little later. That set back a few things. I put out my video a little later. I put out the post or I set up the live and projecting it towards 5:30 a little later today because I work. Work is my priority. I need to fucking get paid. I need that check. I'm not gonna try to. I'm not putting all the eggs into my YouTube basket. At least not yet. If I ever got to be as big as fucking Mr. Beast, man, I'm gonna have everybody, that's down with me right now working with me, man. That would be cool as fuck. Papas, imagine your GPS. Orale, you tell your GPS this. Hey, go right. No, no, no. I think we're gonna go left, and your GPS answers back. Orale, you're talking papas. I say, yeah, 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 yeah. That'd be a crazy GPS, bro. Glory hole maintenance technician, pretty much. Shower sharking consultant, man. Yo, G Slider, king of the one. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. So yeah, once again, we have opportunities every day to do something new, and they have every time they wake up. They've had the opportunity to do right by their viewers. They choose to do the opposite, so fuck them and everybody else that does that shit with their channels. Like all of those fucking fakers, man. All of those false fucking dudes trying to talk all that crazy hardcore shit, and you ain't about shit, man. Fuck you and your channel. Someone tell Joker the circus is hiring. They're looking for a bearded bald woman. Yeah, man. They're like, hey, the crease. Well, the crease could get some airtime. He could shop the crease around. Maybe he should teach the crease to hold a fucking unicorn horn, and he could say he's the last unicorn. Imagine Joker selling him, like coming up with a new channel, selling himself as the last unicorn, and the crease is holding a fucking unicorn horn. He could do that, be a fucking side attraction. But when it's all said and done, at the end of the day, what we do matters. Like what we say, what we do matters. And I know I'm talking a lot of papas right now. I know I'm talking a lot of shit. But the reality is that I'm against this shit, man. I'm against all that bullshit. Like, don't scam your viewers. Don't talk shit about your family, man. Like, look, I may not get along with a lot of my family, but I'm not going to use them for content. Don't speak ill on the dead. Don't use the dead to try to create content, man. It fucking bothered the shit out of me when fucking Joker was talking about the flower situation. Now he didn't know that there was, the Northerners that had kind of split away from the Northern faction. And then he said, "Man, it's times like this, it's stories like this that I wish that Josh was around, that he was alive, so he could co-sign." It's like, motherfucker, man, that pissed me the fuck off. Did you see the old podcast of Coward Plagues recounting his county jail shower shark and greatest hits? Fool said he sharked some fool with two. I didn't see that, bro. Send it to me. Their takes are outdated. They are known liars, beggars, cog. Yeah, man, they're still talking about shit that. Look, bro, look. You were not the only two dudes that were ever in YA that ended up going to prison, that ended up getting sent to the hole, that ended up getting classified as something higher than just a regular inmate. Joker, you were not the only one. And Skittles, you were never one. Idaho is envious of the papas we talk. Look, bro, I mean, and I'm serious, and that's one of the things. And it's like I always say, man, if I'm going to, before I even put a channel out there, before I even created my YouTube channel, I thought about it. Like, I was thinking about it. What do I want to talk about? What do I want my channel to be about? And I don't want to I didn't want to pigeonhole myself, sorry, pigeon myself. I didn't want to pigeonhole myself into talking about a specific criteria. I wanted to leave it as open, as broad as possible, because I'm not a one fucking trick pony like these motherfuckers are. And I want to have real conversations with you guys. But like I said, before we can even get to where we can talk about things that can, enhance our way of thinking, or, just speaking about everything, we have to clean the path. And these motherfuckers have to get cleaned away. You got to get removed. You got to get removed from here too. And that's why to me it was funny yesterday watching this 24-year-old girl punking Joker into submission. He's going to try to play it off, and he's not going to talk shit to her, but he's going to talk shit to us for putting it out there. All my haters, fuck you, and fuck you, fool. Fuck you. They're basically a digital freak show now and don't even realize it. Low-cow petting zoo. Yeah, bro, they are. I mean, it was pretty clear on that boxes last night that, he was the entertainment, the punchline. Like, they truly did fuck around and found out that they're not bigger than the program. All that talk about we're going to go take over TikTok. Try again. We're going to go and take over fucking Twitch or Kick or whatever it is. What other platforms are there that they can try to go take over? You can't take over anything with that fucking content. Like, what is it that you do? What is it that you talk about? I mean, you could do Wes Watson, and I'm sure that they could, but now they got to look for a different Wes Watson, or a Wes Watson prototype or archetype that maybe they can find. Bubba does content. I see he does content on other supposed alpha male figures in the manosphere. I mean, they could try to do some of that. But doing that will get them too far away from the only thing that they know how to talk about, which is prison shit. I wonder what his daughter thinks of him hanging out with girls her age. He talks a lot of shit about his baby mama, that's all I know, and his first wife and all of the women that were in his family. I mean, he's kind of low-key talk shit about his daughter too. The bearded lady and the tattooed rat. Joker still keeps using his weak ass fake tough pictures in his thumbnail of his videos, fake ass PC artwork that have no meaning. Like Rob said, yeah, it has no meaning, bro. No meaning. It's doodles. It could be doodles. It could be a fucking, I don't know. It could be a boombox tatted on his chest with wings and shit. It would be the same fucking thing. It means nothing. And then he comes and tries to talk about, oh, if you get any cultura tatted on you, you should know what it means. Like, motherfucker. But anyways, eventually fucking around and finding out could be positive, it could be negative. You just have to have the balls to put your shit out there for real. And look, I gotta kind of give them credit because no matter how much shit people put out there on these fools, they continue coming out, coming out, and coming back out, and coming back out, and going on lives, and going on TikTok, and going on boxes, and getting fucking ridiculed in their face, but they keep coming out. I haven't even checked if they're live right now. I'm sure they'll be live later on. And Leonard says he drives his daughter to school. She probably has him drive to a different school and walks to hers when he drives. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, and at the end of the day, man, whatever people do in their private life, I don't really care. I don't give a fuck. But it's just the fact that these guys talk so much shit, man. Like, why do you talk so much shit? You know? Like they try talking shit about me because I'm here. Like, what, bitch? I fucking work. I'm in my own house. I fucking provide for my family. I'm doing all of this shit as a hobby, and I enjoy it. That's why I do all the shit that I do. I'm an artistic motherfucker. The problem is that now I need to get new glasses. Honestly, I need to get new glasses before I start doing the drawings that I'm supposed to start doing. And that's one of the problems. One of the reasons why I hardly draw anymore, because I have to be in good light. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Hey, I'm an older man. I'll be 50 soon, and I've really, my eyes. I've really put a toll on my eyes because I used to draw late night for hours, man. And that fucked me up. It fucked up my eyesight. It is what it is. You know? So I've traded that artistry from drawing into doing what I do on YouTube, and I enjoy it. It's a hobby for me. No, but I know, fuck, the hustle, my job is what's gonna put food on the table, and that's what I prioritize. My job. You see? Not true. Rob is just not acquainted with you. Rob is just not acquainted. Probably, bro. They keep coming out like the Looney Tune characters before the cartoon starts. Yeah, bro. Like fucking roaches, bro. Like pinches cucarachas. How do you know that per from TikTok? He's blocked all of us. I don't. I hitchhike and I copy your house. Right? Yeah, bro. That's crazy. And it's funny because Joker continues to block people that he thinks are his trolls without really verifying. He just blocks people. How will you not lose viewers? How will you not have people go against your ass if you're blocking everybody? You might have blocked some righteous people that were there contributing, but because you didn't like a question they asked you, and maybe they were a little insistent because, like, hey, wait a minute, bro. Like, I've been supporting you. I've been listening to your shit. I don't agree with what you're saying, bro. So I do need answers because I feel like I feel like I'm a part of your channel because I've been supporting you, and now you're being an asshole to me. And now you're going to block me, motherfucker? Okay, well, now people start going against you. They have no option but to come out, Frank. Again, let's remember, this is their livelihood. Even a $6 money gun determines if they eat or not. Yeah, I agree. But it's crazy. I mean, it's gonna get to a point in which they might not be able to come back out because the pressure's so heavy. And I honestly believe that TikTok has shadow banned them because of all of the shit that they've tried to do. The pyramid schemes, The fucking they don't play fair when they battle against people. They don't battle fair, and I'm sure that there have been people that have reported them, and that's why they don't get that many battles because they do create like scandalous shit, like throw fucking hammers and shit. Like I remember when Foxy Roxy called them out. Like that's how I realized because I don't know shit about that fucking battling shit. I don't fucking do that. Like all that I've learned, like I always say, everything I've learned about TikTok battles and all this shit, everything I've learned, even people that I've met because of TikTok, Moni, fucking, shout out to Moni. But Kiko, all of you guys, I learned of all of you against my will, just following these fucking perverts into TikTok and seeing all the bullshit that they do. And so we became accustomed to the double tap, and all of the frags and the nuggies and all of this other bullshit, the money gun and the price of these things, the prices of these things. Like we learned all of this shit against our will, you know? So now we know that a fucking money gun is around $6. Like, how many money guns can Joker really afford to give out? And I'm sure, I would. I'm not gonna say I'm sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's over there in the background, fucking texting, "Hey, give me that money, that fucking money gun back next time, all right?" Like, I only did this shit for show, but fuck, I need to eat later. Like, these are the $1 million moves that they promised their viewers, and they did not succeed. That's why I'm not coming out here promising shit. Like, all I'm going to promise you guys is that I'm always going to be real about the opinions that I give you, about the way I see things. I'm always going to be honest about it. Hey, you obviously do. You seem to be obsessed with the guy. Why don't you go and talk to him personally, bro? Like, why are you asking me for other men? Like, what part of the game is that? Asking me about other men, bro. Go ask that man yourself. And if you have conversations with him, then why are you asking me? If supposedly he told you things then why are you asking me, stupid? See, that's why. Look, this is the type of fucking idiot that falls for these lames, straight up. Anyways, and it's like even little shit like this, like all of that trying to associate people with other people just to fuck around is not gonna work. And that's some of the shit that fucking Joker has done. Joker has put jackets on people. Skittles has continues to they continue to do it, associating people with others to try to, get their views down, to try to go against them. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Look at what they try to do with Bubba. Like they try to fucking talk shit because Bubba was associating with the explosive movement. But none of that is going to stop Bubba's growth. Shout out to Bubba's Army. Nothing's going to stop his channel from growing and from getting the views. Just like nothing's going to stop my channel from growing and getting the views, because I will continue to put out righteous content and my honest opinions. And I think that's all people wanted. All people wanted from these guys was honest. Like, yeah, to be entertained. I mean, obviously, you have to have some kind of charisma. You have to be able to crack a joke every now and then. I try to throw in some sleepers in there for you guys to pick up on. I talk a little bit of shit so you guys can hear it, and maybe crack a laugh or a chuckle or a guffaw. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna come here and dumb it down and play with you guys like you guys are dumb or stupid, or like I'm trying to scam you. Like that's what they do constantly. I wonder if Pussy figured out it was me and Sister Park disguised as Jehovah's Witness that his mom invited in a couple of months ago. Yeah. He was watching from the trees as you walked in. Yeah, man. So all of this weirdo energy, all of this shit that has been going on YouTube for what, the past like almost 3 years, 2 years. I truly find a lot of it, a lot of the cause of it, at least in the genres that we watch, right? I attribute it to these assholes. They made it possible for other toxic motherfuckers to walk in that I don't respect and I won't even mention because fuck them and what they're going through. I just watch how their channels perform. And it's not because I care about the numbers. What I care about is, does your grift and your lack of integrity, will that continue to thrive? Will that continue to be supported? That's what I look out for. I look out for it as signs, not because I care. I'm not in competition with you bitches, straight up. Like I've said it and I'm gonna say it again, I'm only in competition against myself. And what I try to do is talk and put out content for my subscribers, for my viewers, and I'm always going to be 100% with it. Where is this energy for? Yeah, he was fat best friend and prime defender. He did an hour-long sermon about how everyone else is sick for remembering that. Yeah, we're sick for remembering that, yet somehow I'm sick for what? Like I don't even know who you guys bring up. And as far as Timo's concerned, you guys already saw the conversation play out live, and that was it. Salud. Timo's his own man. And do I have to say it one more time? I have nothing against dude. He already knows what he did. He already knows what I asked him to do, and that's it. As far as me, I'm hating on Timo. No, I don't hate on Timo. Timo is his own man. But I also didn't vouch for him when he did, because he had the friendship with whoever he had his friendship with. But that's it. Fuck. You fuckers are weird. Yeah, I don't see you fuckers talking shit about Bloody Tecato and Googleplex being over there with fucking Fat and Saucy and being on those panels constantly. So fuck you and what you're going through. You guys aren't going to fucking try to put some shit on me that has nothing to do with me, you pieces of shit. Hello. Hi, guys. Did you bring me something? Okay. Yeah, my family's coming back. Money gun, one Jack in the Box chicken sandwich, 2 tacos. That's a cool little meal, bro. Straight up. So even these fucking trolls are gonna fuck around and find out, because all of this little bullshit doesn't do anything. It doesn't move anything. It doesn't register anywhere. Because we're gonna continue doing what we do. We're gonna continue putting out the content that we do and stepping on these fools' necks. You know what I did? I fucked around and found out that I'm pretty good at what I do. Whatever I put my mind to. And I'm going to bring the creativity every time because I'm a creative motherfucker. Straight up. Pre-Christians are the fucking worst. They use the cross as a shield to deflect criticism and deny any facts that come from supposed heathens. It's so convenient. Hey, look, man, and you know what's up with me, Jay Slaughter. I proclaim and confess to be a Christian, and I would even say devout. But my Christianity is not the Christianity of judgment. It's the Christianity of man. I understand because I've been there. I'm a sinner too. But I will point at the fake Christians, especially those that have huge platforms or those that are trying to speak on the Lord's name, and all they do is cause bullshit, like the people that you're mentioning, or Joker, or fucking Skittles. When Skittles show his virgin tattoo, and somehow that's supposed to clean up all of the bullshit that he does. Or when Joker talks about, I'm a real Christian, those guys are Satanists. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Everything you do is not inspired in the Bible. None of what you do. You scam, you lie, you talk shit, you fucking talk shit about women. Come on, bro. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. And like I've told you guys, and I'm going to say it again, the only time that I use the word bitches is when I'm talking about men. I reserve the word bitch for men because those are the bitches. All these so-called fake ass alpha, ultra gangster ass motherfucker. Man, you guys don't impress anybody, man. No, because those real ones are not on YouTube. None of them. And the ones that are on YouTube that have been real, they have a particular story that they can talk about. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to everybody that's keeping it real. It has, with me, it has never been about the status thing. It has always been about what are you putting out there? Like, what kind of messaging are you putting out there? Because that's what this is. This is YouTube. You're messaging. No, but what is the message that you're putting out there? Is it glorifying the bullshit that destroys our communities? Then fuck you and your message and your channel and everything that you put out there. I don't care if you're cosplaying as a fucking gangster and you're being a troll and oh yeah, I'm a troll. Leave me alone. I'm nobody. If I'm nobody, leave me alone while you're over there glorifying bullshit, man. Fuck you and your channels. You know what I'm fucking talking about. And you send your minion over here like it's gonna do something, man. I'm not gonna stop. You already saw my trajectory, bitches. I'm on the up and up because I keep it straight. I keep it 100. And I support those that support me, and I support those that need support. And I'm not gonna feel bad about it at all. Am I a sensitive person? Yes, I am. I'm in touch with my emotions. But that's what makes me more dangerous because I don't really give a fuck about what you think about me. I'm not caught up on some ego trip. No, what I'm trying to do is shake the fucking status quo to its fucking limbs, man, and break them off and take them out. This is what people think is who we are, man. Fuck no, you don't represent us, fucking bitches. No, talking about, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. I'm a representative of this. No, you're not. You're not representing us. If anything, we as a movement are representing what we're supposed to be doing out here, which is calling out all these motherfucking liars and weirdos and putting them on blast. And until there continues to be fools out there like this, we will continue putting them on blast, little by little. You're the real deal, though, Frank. These fools rail against Jesus' teachings and are so arrogant they think God won't see their hypocrisy and will be like John 3:16 bumper sticker. He's good. Yeah, bro. My relationship with God is daily, just like I told you guys. When I wake up thinking, how am I going to be blessed today? What victory will I have today? And I strive to end every day victorious. The fact that I got through my shift today, I got through my 8-hour shift. I put out a video. I came out and did this live. I got to kick it. I got to express my opinions. I got to do this from the comfort of my own home. I get to watch my children come in with my wife. I feel good about it. They brought dinner. We're about to kick it before the live was exposed to, and I'm just going to chill. I want to have a cool ass weekend. I'm victorious. And I didn't have to scam anybody for that. Yes, they pretend to be Christian for the optics. It's a fashion statement. They are threatened to see a man living it for real. And that's why they get at us all funny. Like they get at Slugs too. And he's a hardworking man. He's a hardworking individual. They try to clown Lucky. Shout out once again to Lucky. He's a hardworking dude too. He works. I think he may be retired now, but he does his thing. Rob too. I think 16 to Life. I think he might just be a YouTuber, but man, he puts out good content. He has a good following. We do what we do. Ladies have exposed to. Shout out to everybody. Taco Sting, Ghost, Terps, Sooners, ET, everybody. Katie Frizzle. We're not out here scamming none of you guys. And we've been fortunate and continue to be fortunate and blessed to have people that support us, that feel it in their heart to donate. And I thank you guys. But at the end of the day, my mission is what it is. I'm always going to come out here, give you my opinion on things, and put on blast all that I think is wrong. Lately we've been, I've been kind of in this bubble because there's been a lot going on with these fools, and we're not going to let them get away with their shenanigans. But at the same time, we have good conversations in these lives, and I'm glad that I'm able to do this. Thank God for the technology. Somehow we worship the devil, but Carne Estrada is a saint, patron saint of botch. Yeah, and it is what it is, man. But in the end, we will continue doing what we do. These fools fucked around and found out. All of them. The trolls too. Shout out to L for putting pressure on them fools. You know. Shout out to you, G. Thanks, X Rated. Shout out to you, brother, and your support, and all of you guys that constantly watch my videos or on the lives. We share a lot of ideas. We share a lot of jokes. We clown around in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you got to go on some missions before you can get in. But shout out to every single one of you out there that's listening to me, man. It wouldn't be possible without your support. All the people that have subscribed and are, rocking with my channel, please give it a like. Please subscribe. Please share. Please watch. Give my videos a view. Whenever I see my videos hit 500 views, I'm like, okay, cool. That's cool. Some don't do as well, and that's cool too. But I'm gonna continue putting out, my videos. I'm gonna continue to do lives, whether I get views, whether they're high, whether they're low. I know that I will get my monetization off of YouTube, and that'll be enough. And I can work, and I can do this, and I will continue being true. I'm never gonna come out here and try to scam any of you. Fuck that shit. There's IO, but there's EQ, yes, and SQ, yes. The last two are more important in my eyes. They are clearly in the negative in those. Yeah, emotional intelligence and social intelligence. You know, those are things I had to work on, Slaughter. And I've been fortunate enough to where the line of work that I've been in kind of like forces you to grow in these things, because when you're dealing with customers, when you're dealing with people face to face or over the phone, whatever it is, you have to be able to show empathy, demonstrate empathy, not take things personal, like a lot of the skills that become life skills later on. So I've been able to grow professionally and in these other ways at simultaneously because the training required it. you know but yeah, and that's why I feel capacitated to come out here and give an opinion and give advice and tell you guys what I think and find the right ways to do things, because I've been in situations in which I've had to streamline processes, in which I've had to deal with people, in which I've brokered deals and bought things over the internet just using my voice. I've had people sign contracts and sell me fucking their insurance companies that they've had for years, for decades. But just from knowing how to deal with people, I've been able to do that. And part of what I do is that. So that's why I feel that I can come out here and I can be a presence, and I can have people like you guys support me, because eventually the authentic comes out. When I was watching your video, it was over 500 in under 5 hours and went up to like 20 views in 6 minutes. I was proud. Yeah, man. Thanks to you, man. Thanks to you. And some videos are going to do that. Not all videos will. Some lives will do that. Not all lives will. But the whole point of me being out here is just me being out here and putting out content. And I want to make sure that everyone that subscribes to me, everyone that watches my videos, everyone that gets down with me knows that I'm not going to come out here, lie to you. I'm not going to dumb it down. I'm not going to gaslight you. I'm not going to trick you into doing shit so that I can make money, or lying about fucking raffles that no one wins, it's just so that you can donate money. Nah, fuck all that. But like I said, a long time ago, before I became monetized, if I do become monetized and people decide to donate, I will accept the donation, because I think that comes from the heart. That comes from you. But I don't want it to ever be because I'm persuading you to donate to some fake cause or to some fake emergency or start a GoFundMe for my own, to spend on my own thing. If maybe there are actual needs out there, I would rather support the movements of others and make money for those movements than try to make money for myself. But once again, if you feel like you're donating to me, is supporting me, hey, God bless you and may the Lord multiply it. Hey, what's up, Doc? You bring so much to the movement. I don't know. You're tough but fair. You just have a really good heart. Super grateful. Well, thank you, Doc. I mean, that's the whole point. I'm a real person, and I think that real people are much more complex than what some of these guys try to demonstrate online. That tough guy persona can only allow you to express so much. I'm tough. Don't get me wrong. I've been in tough situations and I've, been fortunate and blessed enough to work my way out, and God has also always helped me. But, and I'm not afraid of getting in the ring or getting down. I'm not afraid of none of those things. But I think that it takes true courage to put your heart out there, true courage to feel empathy and to be able to express yourself honestly and sometimes be vulnerable in front of the camera. Like I have no fear of that. That those are my strengths. You know what I mean? Being real is my strength. Hey Jay Slaughter, hey everyone. Thank you for being here, Doc. So yeah, I don't know if anybody has a question. I don't know if anybody wants to jump on. That was pretty much everything I wanted to say. Just let everybody know, man, that what I do and what I'm going to continue to do is just put the best out there, whatever I can. And, once I start monetizing for real and I'm able to invest in a camera and a microphone, lighting, and, hooking it up, I'm going to do all of that, that I have the intention of being a righteous YouTuber. I'm not shying away from that fact and from that desire. I want you guys to know, and I hope that the majority of you and many more accompany me on that journey as I grow, as I continue to do what I do. As long as Exposed Tube is out there doing his thing, I'm going to continue supporting it. I'm going to continue to be a part of it. I am Exposed Tube as well. No, so as long as I'm around, as long as many of us are around, as long as ET keeps putting it down, we're going to continue doing it. We're not faking it. We're just taking it. Frank, I never got the fake Nikes from your raffle. I got a box of some fast food wrappers and two mismatched left gloves, but there was no return address. Was that from you? That's crazy. No, look, man, and what I will do if I ever do a raffle, it's not going to be a monetary raffle. It's going to be you doing something or sharing something, and you will be a part of the raffle, and I'm just going to shoot it out there freely. I don't ever want to do raffles where money is involved. And when I've already told you guys, and I'm saying it again here. When I hit 1,000, which I have the faith and I do believe that with the hard work and all of the content that I put out, once I reach 1,000 viewers, I will have a giveaway. I will have a raffle, but I'm not going to ask anybody to donate or give me any money for either one of those. The giveaway and the raffles will be free of charge. It will be me giving you guys things, drawings that I create or anything else that I develop between now and then. I'm working, I'm thinking, I'm always, projecting myself towards what I want to do with the channel. And that's already, like I said, something that I've set as a marker and you guys should be well aware of. When I hit the 1,000 subscriber count, which I hope I will be able to reach before the year ends, you're going to have a giveaway from me and a raffle from me, once again, free of charge. That's just going to be out of love and out of respect for all of you guys. Don't you think you always had that emotional intelligence, Frank, and that you eventually tapped into it or converted your use of it? I don't know if it can be harnessed if it's not there to begin with. I think so, bro. I agree with you that it's probably something that was always there. I think that as a kid, I was pretty well balanced. I think I've always had that emotional intelligence until it started getting tried and it broke. And then I kind of spun out of control for a while. But um, I ended up doing my term, and I think I think I needed it. I think I needed that term to be able to process and to be grateful for all the things that I had put, you know, I had risked because of who I became. And one day I think I'll tell my story, like my whole story one day. Not now, because of there are people that are alive. I might not even outlive them. But if I outlive these people, and I can tell the story without offending people, or putting anyone on blast, I might do that. I might even write a book. I saw that Rob wrote a book. I might write a book. Intellectual integrity too. Yeah, that's touch for even the smarter people. It's tough. It's tough. Raffle that female barbershop uniform from the year. Hey, bro, I was in it to win it, man. I used to get down. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. See, look, man, I know people think I just talk papas when I say that I got a bunch of skills and talents, but I truly give thanks to God because I do. I got my singing skills. Like, I don't have the voice I used to have, but there's a couple of tunes that I can hit note for note. I might do that one day. We might have karaoke one day. Karaoke with Frank Ticas. Frank Ticas talking papas karaoke night. That would be some shit, huh? Let me see. Doc IQ with EQ is a paper tiger fancy raffle off the high desert paperwork. Yeah, man. Yeah, I used to be better socially, but I'm a work in progress. Hey man, we're all continuously progressing. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. We're gonna be on later on with the Exposed to family. Thank you so much for everyone that showed up. Thank you, Ghost, for your donations. Thank you for everybody that supports my channel. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We will continue tomorrow talking papas at an earlier hour. Weekends, I do it a little bit earlier. And if it just so happens that at night there is a spot that we can maybe, become night owls and have a reaction at night, maybe tomorrow night I might do a reaction live. God bless all of you. Peace to every single one of you that's listening. And as always, until next time.